I'm going to ask you boys the most simplest question that you've ever been asked. And you know what? I believe that most of you boys are going to answer this dishonestly. And the thing is, you're going to answer it thinking that you're being honest, but you're going to answer it dishonestly. You're going to answer it wrong. You're going to lie. See, look, before I tell you what this simple question is, I want you to really try and understand this, bro. We all walk around thinking, we control everything. That we control this world, that we've got control of other people, our family, all these things, right? But we don't. You don't have control of anything. You don't even control if your heart stops beating, if you get cancer. I mean, I know I'm being extreme, but I'm just telling you the truth. There is only a very small amount of things that you can control in your life, bro. And it's what you do, what you say, how you think, your habits, like all of those things. That's what you have control of. But you don't even have control over it. So many of us don't. And I didn't either for a very long time. See, when I asked myself this question about 5 years ago, right? I answered it thinking that I was being truthful. But I wasn't. Because like I said, I thought I had control of everything. But then, when push came to shove, what happened? What did I do, right? I had all this shit to get done. And this is probably the same for you. You got all these things to do. But, watching some YouTube is more better. You've got things to do, but your friends call you up to go get a beer or play some games and you go do that. You got to go to the gym, but you're too tired. You don't do that, right? So we all think that we've got control of all these things. You don't want to fap again, but then you go fap, right? All these things. So you don't even have control of the things that you got control of. And that's a very scary thought. So I'm going to ask you this question, bro, because I want you to sit with this. Take your time to answer this question. Because, like I said, I believe that majority of you boys are going to answer this wrong. Do you really want it? Answer this question. Well, what do I mean by this? I mean that in your mind, you've got some ideal version of yourself that exists, right? The man. And, I mean, if we were kind of to talk about it as all of us young men, what do we kind of strive for? What do we all kind of want? Because there's little things that we all kind of want to change. We all like different things, don't get me wrong. But if we were to put it down to like the fundamentals of what we all want as men, we all want to be financially set up, right? Whether that's through a business, whether that's through, just excelling yourself through a career or whatever, right? We all want to, be this top level man in the business world with our own business or, be the number one guy in our company. But we all want to make money. We all want to get our body on point. We all want to be free, right? To do whatever we kind of want. Travel the world, do all these things. We all want to have a beautiful wife. We all just want to be proud of ourselves. We just want to be men that are about it, right? In our minds. And that's why I want to ask you this question again. Well, do you really want it? Because, see, what happens is, and I did this for a very long time, is that, we can say to all the boys, we can say to ourselves when we look in the mirror, I want to make $1 million. I want to have the best body ever. I'm going to do all these things in my life. And that's enough. That's what puts a smile on your face. That's what makes you feel like you're getting to where you need to get, but you're not getting anywhere. Because, I'll say this, like it was for me back in the day, when push comes to shove, when you've got to be focused on your business, but then that new YouTube video comes out, or that video game comes out, and you start playing it for days on end, or you don't want to fap, and then you go fap again, or you've just got shit to do, yet you don't do it, and you go take the cop-out way of doing it. So you go do something easy, or you just don't do it at all, or you do it with very, very little, productivity and focus. So ask yourself, do you really want it, or do you just like the idea of thinking that you're better than other people by saying to yourself that you want it? And this is a real brutal way of framing this. But it's the honest truth that separates the winners and the losers. The men that are about it and the men that aren't necessarily about it. Because I'll say this. If you don't want it, just stop saying it. You can go eat your Doritos, play your games, watch your porn, do whatever it is that you want to do. Just stop saying that you want to win and have the life that you so badly think that you want if your actions don't align to it. Because I'll say this. Do you really want it? Well, if you did, right, then you would not be able to sleep, or you would not be able to get distracted, or you would not be able to do anything else but have this laser focused tunnel vision on what it is that you're supposed to do and get done. You're getting to where you need to get. And this right there, right? This is what you got to understand. If that's where your mindset's at, you're not getting distracted. You're not finding or needing that motivation to just do it, right? Because you don't need motivation when you're doing what you are supposed to do, right? I'll say this. If you feel like you've got to do it, then you're doing the wrong thing. Like if you feel like, I've got to work on my business. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. Bro, why are you doing it if that's the approach that you got to take? If you don't want to make money, if you don't want to have the best body, if you don't want to have all these things going for you, become just a higher stature man, or all these things, right? Then stop saying it. Just stop saying it and be content and happy with where you're at. At least you'll be more happier, because there becomes this internal struggle then you now feel, right? Well, where you're living the life that you know you kind of just want to live, right? Where you're just being lazy. But then in your mind, you want to be this guy, and then that struggle, because you're not aligning your life to those actions, that struggle right there causes you to be depressed and anxious and make you feel like, you're worthless. So just say to yourself, do you really want it, or do you really not? Because if you wanted it bad enough, again, there would be nothing that stops you. You wouldn't feel the need that you got to do it. You just want to do it. And that's the thing. And this is the view that you need to have about yourself. Because it was questions like this that really sparked me to get my life together. Once I really started to get myself out of the life I was living and the habits I had and the people I was hanging around. So the idea to so many of us is actually better than putting in the work. It makes you feel better, right? Because it's this world that we live in with social media and Instagram and, looking as though you're about it. That's more credible. As long as you tell people that you're going to be the man one day, that you're going to do this and that, that's enough for so many. That's enough for 99% of people. Just the thought of other people thinking that you're going to be someone one day, that you've got ambition, that you've got drive, that you've got goals, that's enough. But that what separates you to truly be a man that's about it and have all these things, well, your word necessarily doesn't mean much. Your actions mean more. And that's the thing. That's what separates so many people. It's their actions, what they actually do. The man that works and gets shit done, well, he's the one that gets the life that he wants. But the guy that says he's going to work, but doesn't get what he needs to get done, but says it to the whole world, well, he just lives the exact same life, but something in him is happy. But he's not even really that happy. He just got that quick, little smile for something. Good job, bro. Or he got a couple of likes on Instagram or something because he put up a motivational quote. For some people, that's enough, bro. So I'll say that if that's you, just stop saying that you want to be someone. But for the guys that really are about it, keep focused. Stay on track. Do what you're supposed to do. Because you're the guy that will have it. So you just got to really ask yourself this question once again. Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Because if you do, you wouldn't have to find the need to be motivated. You wouldn't be getting distracted. You wouldn't be, just living the life that you're living. And if you don't want it, well, just stop saying it. And go enjoy the life that you want to live. Because I'll say this, to end the video. For there to be winners, there has to be losers. You just got to choose who you are, bro. If you want to stay a loser, stay a loser. Don't do the work that you're supposed to do. If you want to be a winner, do the work that you're supposed to do. Laser, focus, tunnel vision. And you'll have it. You'll have the life that you want. Love you, bro.